Okay, you notice that when you get your BMG kit, it comes with 2 wrenches, and these wrenches aren't for adjusting the dies at all. These are for taking this plate off and converting this into a progressive press, or adding or taking away accessories. There's all kinds of threads and different things on here for adding different components to this to make it modular. So when we use our die here, which we're about to insert in here, we need to remove this, and you're going to need some hex wrenches in order to set this indexing collar once you have your die set to where you want it. This sets up exactly the same way as I showed you with your standard rifle dies. You want to be able to have that little bump on the case when you bring the ram down. You want to feel a little bump. So we haven't set this yet, so let's go ahead and set it up. Go ahead and take the ram and run it all the way up, and just let the handle rest to the side here. And go ahead and bring the die down until it meets the face of the die meets the shell holder. You'll feel it stop. Now once it stops, go ahead and bring the ram up a little bit, and just turn maybe an eighth of a turn. See how that little bump I have to push down? That's what you want. And what it's going to do is take whatever flex is in the die and on the ram, it's going to take that out so the case is fully supported and pushed into the die. You want to rotate this a little bit off, because when you tighten this down, if you have this thing already set up, you're not going to get this thing out. It's going to be kind of cold welded in there. So go ahead, set your die. That's perfect. So now we're ready to full length size the case. Okay. It comes with case lube too. The kit comes with everything you need to start except for the brass and the bullets and the powder and all that. So it comes with a bottle of this. I like this. This works great. I also have the Imperial sizing wax that we use in a different tutorial, but I use this for standard size rifle brass. This is really good for the 50 because you have to use a lot more lubricant with the 50 caliber than you normally would with the regular rifle case. And the reason is there's a lot of brass to swage down to its original size. If you're getting surplus brass, it's probably stretched enormously from firing. So what you want to do is the first thing you do, have small fingers, is put a little bit inside the case neck here. Then go ahead and put a generous amount on your case, just enough like you would with a regular rifle case. You want it kind of tacky, but you don't want it dripping. You're going to cause yourself oil dents. Insert into the shell holder. Then go ahead and pop on our primer catching thing here. And just run all the way up the ram. Now when you add pressure to it, sometimes you're going to have to hold on to the die and the primer pops out. Sometimes the primer will not come out of the ram right away. As long as you hear it drop in here, you're fine. Then just bring it down. Then wham, you have a fully length 3-size case. That's the sizing operation. It is exactly the same as with a standard rifle, except for it's a lot bigger, and so is everything else that goes with it. I'm going to show you a trick I learned that I taught myself, how to pull bullets on the 50. There are occasions when you want to pull bullets on these things. Now the most obvious occasion would be when you want to substitute the ball round, which is this, for something more like this, a VLD bullet. Now, if you're going to Mexican match these things, it is identical to every other Mexican match. You can substitute the same weight bullet, these being 750 grain bullets here. You're going to have to substitute it with the 750 grain AMAX or the 750 grain Barnes. Do not try to stick an 800 grain bullet in here. You will destroy yourself in the gun. So how do you pull a bullet on this? Well, I'll show you. It's real easy. I picked this thing up at a garage sale. I have no idea what it is. It's some kind of plumbing thing, but it works for pulling bullets. So you want to put this collar back in here like this. Okay? When I use open this thing up like this, I stick it over the top here, because this is a 1/2 inch bullet we're going to be pulling out of here, right? Get this thing in here. Some of this ammunition you get has been reloaded by God knows who, and sometimes they have a real tough time going into the shell holder. And you can feel on here with the extractor from whoever shot this thing just completely redid the rim on the case. Alright, so we're going to bring the case up about like that. Okay? Bring this over. Over the top of the bullet. Now you can use vice grips, but the way I'm doing this, when we pull this bullet, the bullet is still serviceable. So when we come back down, this grabs the bullet, and on the downstroke, it's going to separate the case from the bullet, and it's going to break the tension that's on there. There it goes. One pulled bullet. Just loosen it. All you have is very slight pull marks on here. This thing is still perfectly serviceable.